Hello people, welcome to the Arsenal Art. Today we have got a big transfer video to talk about. We've got a few players to talk about linked with moves away from their clubs and potentially to Arsenal Football Club. So yeah, let's just get straight into it. And before we do start, obviously guys, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button if you do enjoy this content as well. Everyone subscribing, liking, big up you guys, man. You guys have been massive for this channel and hopefully we can keep pushing. So yeah, let's just get straight into it guys. The first news today, of course, is Rodrygo. So yeah, Rodrygo, as you can see here, it says Rodrygo will make a decision on his future in the next few days. Real Madrid's position is clear. Whoever has doubts about playing for Real Madrid is free to leave. And yeah, this is big news coming from Real Madrid. If you look at Rodrygo this season in general, I think he's not obviously progressed in the way that he's probably hoped to. Of course, it's going to be difficult for him. He's not playing in his favourite position. He's not playing on the left wing. You've got Vinny Jr. there. You've got Mbappe, who as of late seems to be more happy, obviously, to play more as a proper centre forward. But at times, early on, you're looking at Mbappe and I'm like, bro, you're playing left wing, even though you're not meant to, at the same time as Vinny. It's like everyone wants to play on the left. And now you got Rodrygo obviously there, who's got massive talent, but you can't get a look in right now in the Real Madrid team in his favoured position, let's say. So yeah, for me, I think he's a brilliant player. He's very talented, technically amazing. He's one of them players, we talk about stats a lot of the time, and I think there was a stat that said that Rodrygo hasn't scored more than 10 goals. Correct me if I'm wrong, anyone, but I think there's a stat that goes around saying like he hasn't scored more than 10 league goals in the season so far in his career. But you see all of this stats and all of this kind of stuff, man, it's not important. It's not important. What's important is looking at the player's ability. What can he do on the pitch? And technically, he is one of the best players, in the world right now. His ball striking is top quality. And I think if you bring him to a team, let's say like Arsenal, if you've got the opportunity to come to Arsenal, I think we could mold him into a very dangerous player, whether it's on the left wing or even someone to play more as a number 10, even, like attacking left centre mid, because there was a time I was watching him for Brazil. I don't know if it was like 2 years ago now. But anyway, he was causing havoc. It was more like a left centre mid, number 10 kind of role. He was attacking the half spaces a lot more focused on that sort of area of the pitch. And wow, I was like, yo, this guy, maybe the left wing, a lot of the time, especially let's say Arteta system, the left winger, he's forced to just hug the touchline all the time. Someone like Rodrygo coming inside, once he gets inside, it's over. It's over. He's one of them players inside. If he can shoot, he can create a chance. He can dribble past a few players. I think you get him into these more central areas as well. We've got a serious player there. So for me, I think that's something he should look at. Maybe if he, as I said, if he did come to a team like Arsenal, he'd have the opportunity maybe to play more inside. And if you're playing on the left wing, maybe cut in a bit more, play more to his strengths. And I think that's what he's missing in his career right now. I don't think him playing on the right wing is really going to help him, for the long term. So if I was Rodrygo and I know I'm not going to play left wing for Real Madrid, I would be looking to move on, to be honest. So yeah, guys, man, let me know what you think about Rodrygo. Obviously, I'll get his stats up very quickly as well while we're here. And as you can see here, of course, he's saying this market value here, 102 million. That's another question, right? Because there's a discussion here about how much he would cost. I've seen 90 million pound. I've seen 80 million pound. I'd imagine it's going to cost a pretty penny to get him out. But obviously, look at the other wingers Arsenal linked to as well, right? You look at Nico Williams, and he's got a 50 million pound release clause, but he's asking for I've seen about £400,000 a week. He's not worth £400 a week. So you look at someone like Rodrygo, I don't think he's asking for £400,000 a week, but his transfer fee is going to be a bit higher. But maybe you can spread the payments a little bit more, do a bit of installment deal, and kind of spread it out that way, and it makes it more easier to manage. But yeah, for me, Rodrygo, he is someone that I would definitely consider bringing to the club. If there's opportunity right now, we need another winger. We've got the money, from what I know. We've got the money. We can do a deal like this. Why not? Why not bring in someone like Rodrygo? Obviously, we talked about Gittins recently, Leao, Nico Williams. There are a few names in the market, but Rodrygo, in terms of his talent, I think, come on, he's available. Let's give it a go. The second bit of transfer news that I want to talk about as well came in from Letend Sport, or Letend Sport. I don't know how they say it in France. But anyway, Arsenal are working hard to sign Andrey Santos from Chelsea. It's a battle between the Gunners and PSG. It's not certain if Chelsea would sell him yet. And funnily enough, this is a player that I've actually been following quite a bit this season. He's actually scored a lot of goals. I think he scored 9 goals this season, but he's a very energetic midfielder. Very strong in the tackle. So much energy. And as I said, he's found an eye for goal. this season, which has really helped, Strasbourg. And I think they're about six. Last time I checked, they're about sixth or fifth. I can't remember exactly, but they could get Europa League football from what I can see. So Strasbourg, Andrey Santos, they're really in a really good moment. So for me, Andrey Santos is a player that I would look at, bringing in. If you could get him in for a good cheap deal, maybe 30, 35, 40 million, I think that's a decent price for someone for his potential. Because we talk about, Thomas Partey potentially leaving Arsenal Football Club. Jorginho's obviously left. We know Zubamendi's coming in, but we will need another player in there. And you look at his situation at Chelsea. What it is with Chelsea, like I think he can break into the team. This is the thing. He's talent wise, his level of talent, the way he's been playing this season. If he does get an opportunity to go to Chelsea, I could definitely see him breaking into that midfield. Because you look at it, they've got Enzo, they've got Lavia, they've got Caicedo. It's already 3 players there. But the thing is, I think the way his energy, the way he wins the ball, the only thing is maybe because they've got a Caicedo, because they've got Enzo, different profile, Lavia is a bit of a different profile as well. Maybe someone like Andrey Santos, becomes a player where, becomes obviously more rotational. And you look at the situation as well, the other player they got on loan who I went to go with recently, Carney Chukwuemeka at Dortmund. Maybe there's a situation where he goes back to Chelsea as well. Very, very talented player as well. So Chelsea have a lot of options in the middle of the park. So yeah, because of the options Chelsea have in the middle of the park, I don't know. I don't know how open they'd be to selling him. And also, you have to remember Chelsea again looking like they're not going to get Champions League football. Obviously, not guaranteed. I think if they win the next 2 games against United and Forest, then they'll probably will get Champions League football. But it's in the air right now. We don't really know which way that's going to go. Most likely, they'll get Europa League football for next season. Through the Conference League, obviously through the league itself. So it's one of them ones from Chelsea side, like. You get the offer for Andrey Santos. We talk about FFP or PSR now, and all of the issues clubs are having. And Chelsea are one of them clubs. Listen, they're selling hotels. They're they're messing around with the books. They're moving money here. They're moving money there. Sometimes you might just have to sacrifice a player like an Andrey Santos, who, as I said, right now he's not going to play for Chelsea, but in the future, in a season or 2, definitely he's got the potential to play for Chelsea, Arsenal, PSG. And that's why, listen, he could be a bit of a market opportunity for the club. So yeah, guys, man, let me know what you think about this little bit of transfer news coming from the Arsenal, well, the world football really, but Arsenal sort of involved. I've heard obviously rumours of Rodrygo to Arsenal. Seen obviously now Andrey Santos to Arsenal as well. Let me know, do you want these players? Do you want the Rodrigos to come to Arsenal? Or do you think Arsenal maybe should go for a cheaper option, as we talked about Gittins the other day? Nico Williams, even though he's cheaper in terms of a transfer fee, wages not as cheap. Maybe you go for a Leao. There's some options there for Arsenal in terms of a new winger. But yeah, Andrey Santos as well. Is he a player that you'd happily take from Chelsea? Do you think he's someone who potentially could break into our first team? For me, as I said, I think his talent is there. And I think whether he moves from Chelsea or not, he's going to end up playing for like a big Champions League club anyway. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. And if you've enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. And I'll be back with you guys next time. Peace.